Allen. He's not afraid to throw it. Second in the NFL in touchdowns. It's the Bills and the Texans, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, we are in store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, along for the ride in this one. We love these kind of games, Brock, and that's because we got a pair of teams who both gotten off to good starts this season. They find themselves with winning records as we now work our way through the front half of this schedule.
Yeah, we try to be pros, and every game, right, is a big game, but when you have teams that have gotten off to these starts, we know these are both playoff caliber teams. They look that way right now. And this is also a measuring stick game, and a great one where you don't have the consequences of losing.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Well, here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
They'll cobble together a yard there. Christian Benford up to make that stop. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Stroud. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Stroud throwing here on 1st. This is complete to Schultz. And he gets him around 6 there. Christian Benford up to make that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun now for Stroud. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. On play action, here's Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They get 27 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Flushed out of the pocket. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back to throw, Stroud. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
Last week was the ideal showing for him and really allowed his offense to feed off of him. He elevated everybody around him. Just got to look at his stat line to see how well he was throwing the ball. 300-plus yard game, several touchdowns, tremendous efficiency.
His first throw is an interception. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one. And number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Stroud off the play fake. Into the hands of Schultz. And working a couple yards past the line. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the 43-yard line.
From the 43. Dell with the grab. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 36. Connection made to Dell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 9-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. Quick slant complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans parlay the interception into points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here comes the Bills offense for their second drive of the game. And I know it's early, Brock, but you can almost feel that they need some points to keep this lead from getting out of control and build up their confidence as well after drive number 1 ended in that interception.
Yeah, totally co-sign that, Kate. Every bit of it. It's an early deficit, but there's still a whole lot of game left. You don't need to make up for it right away. You just need to start to see those chains moving.
2nd and 10 now. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
When a defender can get his hands on the pass and knock it away in any way, that's usually good things for the defense.
Dotson now in motion right. Allen on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 4th down, and it'll be the native of County Wicklow in Ireland, Daniel Whelan, on to punt. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. No return on that punt, and it's going to be Texans football. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Stroud now. Connects with Johnson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, Stroud. Finding Collins. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Mixon on the toss. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Stroud. Catch made by Mitchell. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Looking for the back that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Throwing from near his own goal line. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. It's do it with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Now Allen off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! And the Texans grab it! And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
And there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away for you. Right? It's all about the ball. It's all about, you hear me preach that all the time. Get the ball back. Well, they get the ball back with a little extra bonus on that return as well.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. It's a two-score game early. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They have second down behind the sticks. Nixon on the counter. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Christian Benford up to make that stop. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pass caught by Mixon. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
A gain of 6 yards.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
The Bills and Keon Coleman running out to the field. And you can see he's in chase mode, trying his best to catch the league leader in receiving. Right now, sitting in second place. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Play stopped by Damone Clark. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. First tone of the game for James Cook. This is ahead for about 5. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. They kick the running back in motion. Allen on 3rd and short. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. The Bills with a punt team out there. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. This one returned for 11 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Stroud throwing here on 1st. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
That's a short gain of 1. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On play action, here's Stroud. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a 20-zip lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And things are really getting away from him, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Complete to Coleman. Still going inside the 35. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st down throw for Allen. He has it at the 5. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Cook does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect.
Pushing for the end zone. And he lost the football. It's not loose. The 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Texans were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip gain. All right, Brock, that was a design run. Those always open you up to some contact. It obviously popped the football free for 6. What do you do there as a QB?
Well, you work so hard on ball security, right? But it's usually within the pocket or when you're throwing it. You don't spend security outside the pocket, but he's going to have to.
Going after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans grow their lead yet again. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
That's brought in. It's his back, Ray Davis. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Allen to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring it up 4th down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He's got it at the 24. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. Oh, he trucked that defender. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 41. Diggs there to bring it in. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I know we all love the big home run plays, the highlight reel plays, but as an offense, these are just the stay-on-schedule kind of plays. But I love the commitment to this run game. Keep working that body, keep working that body, keep working that body, and eventually you could take the will away from your opponent.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Stroud. Collins there to grab it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Stroud. Has it down close. And in for the Houston touchdown. Oh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans continue piling on to this lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bills set to take over offensively. And coming off 3 and out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. On 1st down, Allen. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Running back, motioning right. Allen throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Working quickly here. Throwing now on 1st down. Allen. He'll dump this one off to his running back. Complete. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. David Ojabo making that tackle. Cook calls it in. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. Again, Daniel Whelan heading out for another punt. Stephon Diggs deep to return. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Texans headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. First down, Stroud. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. It's halftime here in Houston, with the Texans enjoying a lead at the break. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Jordan Love. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. 31-13 was the final. It was a terrific first half from the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Cook. We'll have him gain about a handful there, as he's out shyer that time on the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Running back sent in motion. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Allen setting up to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
He's got it. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be their football. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give to Mixon. Broke through the tackle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Houston first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Connection made to Dell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
On the ground again with Mixon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Stroud off the play fake. Copy the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. Now as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans continue adding on to that lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bills ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. First and 10, here's Allen. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. Handoff here to Davis. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Coleman with the grab. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Cook trying this one up the gut. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They send a man in motion. 2nd and 1. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 3rd and short. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he works this to the 38 before going down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. New set of downs for him at the 38. Allen now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Straight ahead, here's Cook. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go. Another one for Cook. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he'll go down here at the 16. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 16-yard line.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That pass caught by Dotson. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
First down, Bills.
And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Cook. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. They kick the running back in motion. Allen on 3rd down. He's got it! And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Lutz on to attempt the field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. Bertolet able to knock it through. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Tank Dell. And this drive will start inside the 25. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger. He's made it look easy.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Christian Benford up to make that stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing here, Allen. Pass complete to Cook. And they had that one contained right at the line. That was Darrell Taylor in to make the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now run by Cook. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of 7 yards, and it takes us to the end of our 3rd quarter. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Bills' ball as we start the 4th, but any efforts may be futile facing that deficit. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. That one's out and cut on the right side. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
To number 81. It's a gain of 3. First down, Buffalo.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. This is Cook on the handoff. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Allen looking to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Slot man in motion left. Allen on 3rd and 2. This throw is caught. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now Allen. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Mixon on the counter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Look at the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form, making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Has it in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. This is Cook. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bills making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills will trail by 25.
Bills 17.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 41-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg for him. Cut by Diggs. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, in the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the first down play.
Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Stroud now. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
10 yards to go.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Dell with the grab. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's another Houston Texans. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Design bootleg here. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans continue piling it on here in the 4th. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans tack on 7 more to their lead. Bear has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense running back out now. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They motion a receiver left. Here's 2nd and 5. Catch is made down the right sideline. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. To the air again, Allen. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Bills trying to do some window dressing. They're now set for 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. On 1st down, Allen has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this forward to the 19. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Again, Allen to the air. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw again, it's Allen. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that's only a small chip off of what's still a 29-point advantage.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with the high percentage make.
Dell now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
So it's a win for the Texans. And they carried some of that winning football from last game into this contest. Now a modest little win streak blossoming for them, Brock. They've got 2 in a row as they get out of here with a victory. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.